kindly unmute and take the floor.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, beautiful. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Hammond, for the opportunity to be able to speak with ourselves, because we are really talking with ourselves, and that's just the basic thing there. So let's get on. Okay. Uh, First of all, I want to appreciate Dr. Femi for all he has said so far, the first speaker, and also my friend and my boss, Mr. Shino Solomon, for all the points with which they've buttressed, and they've really done well. They've really done well. And I also want to appreciate you for putting a program like this together, because it's not really easy to be able to find your way around these routes, especially if you've not gone through one before or so. But getting the initiative is actually a kudos to you to be able to pull us together for stuff like this. So I'm going to be talking briefly, because of our time, practically. I'm going to be talking briefly about the blocked account, guys. I'm actually a PhD candidate through the route of PTDF directly. So I have knowledge about the blocked account thing, and so I'm just going to be giving you the insights into it and all of that. But firstly, as far as you're a PTDF scholar, just like what uh, Solomon spoke about, as far as you're a PTDF scholar, you are entitled to apply for that. So I don't see a reason why anybody would actually be pulling him or herself backwards from applying or having a little faith in applying. Please put in your strength, put in your best what he has said. That's just the truth. And know that you're not competing against just the little people that had PTDF during your set. A whole lot of persons are actually applying for the DAD. So you're just going to put in your best and pray, and trust God would actually back everyone up. Yeah, so that's how it works. So, but eventually, if you don't get your DAD, eventually, if you don't get DAD, there's also another route, which is the blocked account route, and that's what I will be discussing about. Now, blocked account route is actually for both MSc students and for PhD students. Now, let me come from the angle of PhD, because that's where I am. Now, for a PhD student that you are, for those PhD guys that are on the online here, for a PhD student that you are, once you get your admission, which is the first and paramount thing for you, once you get your admission, you're going to apply, you're going to send a mail to PTDF, you're going to open a blocked account, you're going to send a mail to PTDF to fund your account. It takes them about 2 months before funding, like, yes, apparently like 8 weeks before funding. For the fact that you've gotten admission, you're already in contact with your, I don't want to talk about admission stuff, because the first week I spoke about it, so I'm really cutting off a lot of things to be able to save time and space for questions if there is. So you're already in contact with your school, your professor is already in contact with you, you're already sharing information, and you sent your cold mails out, you've had your discussion interviews, and you've been given admission. Good. Now you're going to send your mail to PTDF telling them, okay, you have admission already through your portal, you have admission by uploading your admission letter. You just open a Fintiba blocked account. Opening a Fintiba blocked account is very easy, straightforward. I can put you through if you decide to go through blocked account. I can put you through, just be able to navigate. I don't have a video on it, and maybe I trust maybe Mr. Amol will be able to raise a video for blocked account very soon, putting the steps and all of those things together. Then maybe you can use that as a guide. But if you really want it, like if it's pressing for you to do blocked account, I can put you through sometime, but definitely not this night. So once you have your blocked account, it takes about 5 days for your less than 5 days for verification, depending on when you are applying. If you apply through the weekend, maybe like a Friday or something, it takes like Monday before they start your processing, and it takes 3 days. So if you're applying the first day of the week, which is apparently Sunday, Monday, if you apply Monday, maybe before the end of that week, your account details should be ready. Your account details should be ready. Sometimes, I don't know, a lot of things is used to changing. So I really know for what the next set will be. But for my set, they requested for I think 11,208 euros should be your blocked account before you can get your school, your document for your processing, visa processing, and all of that. But now I think they've actually upgraded it. They've upgraded the amount that should be on the blocked account. I think it's like 700 euros more or something like that. I cannot really place the figure, but I think they've actually upgraded. But nevertheless, PTDF is also aware that they've actually upgraded it. So all you need to do is, if you're going through the blocked account, you follow the process of Fintiba, which is the general blocked account use that is recognized. So you follow the process of Fintiba, you get your account details, you send it as a mail to either OSS_PhD at ptdf.org.ng, or you send it to OSS_MSc, okay, notifying them that, oh, you have your account details already and they should fund your account. And the funding period is going to span for 2 months, plus or minus. It could be less, it could be more, but that's just the line for it. So you're going to put that in mind. So if you are going through that, it's okay. Just one of the benefits of going through blocked account is that it will just, as a PhD holder, it would help you to be in Germany on time. That is just it. It will help you. It will fast track your movement down to Germany, because you're going to be under the category A visa guys because you already have your admission. But for an MSc scholar that is going through that wants to come through blocked account, for an MSc scholar that wants to come through blocked account, I don't really know the specifics that guides that, because I didn't apply that route. So, but I know it takes a little time, and there's always discrepancy between the Abuja embassy and Lagos consulate. Lagos is actually a consulate. Abuja is the main embassy. So I don't know how the working schedule in Lagos is kind of tighter than that of Abuja, and they prioritize DAD scholar at both ends, but definitely more at Abuja than Lagos. Because for those guys in Lagos, DAD scholar still in Lagos, it takes about 3 weeks, 4 weeks before you get your interview schedule and all of that. But for Abuja, very fast for them and all of that. So this is just the little discrepancy between Lagos consulate and Abuja embassy itself. So for MSc scholars that want to go through blocked account, for you to be in category A, your result should be less than 3 years old, and you must have a first class. Less than 3 years old, you must have a first class, then you can get a category A visa. Category A visa for Abuja guys, those through Abuja, category A visa would take you maybe a week, 2 weeks or less. But for Lagos, it can actually take you a month. But for PhD guys that are going through blocked account, it will take you a month in Lagos. And definitely should take you a month or less than a month in Abuja. So this is actually the way both situation works. So you just need to put it in mind. Just like what the first scholar said, please try as much as possible to look for accommodation. You have different routes with which you can get accommodation. Even you being a DAD scholar or you being a PTDF scholar, you have different routes of getting accommodation. Trust me, DAD might not, I don't know what the terrain is. Maybe scholar Shino would actually answer that part of the question. DAD might not get accommodation for you in your school. DAD will give you accommodation when you're coming for your language course. They will give you accommodation when you're coming. Everything is prepared. You're a big boy, just like I said. Yes, they will give you accommodation when you are in your school. But when you are doing your language course, that is when you start looking out for accommodation in your school. Take note, DAD will not help you source for accommodation in your school. Put that in mind. So you will be the one to source for that accommodation yourself. DAD will give you the stipend, and your stipend is not different from PTDF stipend. That's just the concept. The stipend is not different from PTDF stipend. So DAD would give you your stipend. Out of your stipend is what you use in paying your accommodation. So your accommodation is on you. Payment of your accommodation is on you. I learned, I don't know, but I learned they used to give stipend to for subsidizing your accommodation and stuff like that. I learned that too. So, but I don't know. Maybe Solomon Shino will be able to put us through that aspect if a question pops up on that. So, aside all of these things, I think the cycle for PhD guys is cyclic, is around the clock. Your admission process and all of that is always around the clock. You don't really have a specific time that you can apply. Just source for your supervisor, look for your niche, stay within your niche, stay within what your capacity is, what your brain can carry, what you can really work with ease, because research is all about being in the game, being the foreman of the game. You own anything you are doing a research on. It means you are personalizing it. This is your niche. This is yours. So if you cannot take something confidently and say it is your niche, you anytime they wake you up and you cannot defend that which you know, then you need to really work on it before you get your admission. It's something you need to be sure of, and all of that. So another thing I would want to talk about is accommodation can actually be gotten through we get shoots. We get Kleinanzeigen. That's like it's like more like an eBay. So you have Kleinanzeigen. We have your student vec. Yeah, your student vec. That's your student international office. They used to give international guest house to students, so you can actually apply through maybe their website. Yes, they have website. Every school has specific website for accommodation stuff, so you can just go through. And the first scholar also spoke about try to link up with scholars within your community, within the state and country you're going to, for easy flow, easy access, and all of that. So these are things that you just need to be able to play with. Just be able to play with. Once you're able to play with these things very well, put your good foot forward first. Be fine. Enjoy the flow. Explore. And I trust everything will just fall in place gradually, step by step. It's just one step at a time. One step at a time. For those MSc scholars that might not want to apply for admission maybe this semester, this winter, definitely most schools are actually closed for this winter semester. Any semester that will be open now is going to be summer, and I think it's going to be open maybe from August ending September through to November, against summer, which is April next year. So you start checking your application, start drafting your letters, your SOPs, and all of that. Start putting them together. For PhD guys, please, you're going to write a compelling research proposal. Compelling research proposal for you to be able to get your admission. It is easy. Just play around what you've learned, what you know, be able to sell yourself in the best spotlight, and you'll be good. And one experience I've had with scholars from DAD is that they always tell you that write a compelling proposal, and even reading the PDF file for the DAD application and stuff, I got to see that you must be able to generate that link. You must be able to link these things together. Your experience matters. So if you've had the experience in different fields, please look for a way of connecting these fields together. Look for a way of connecting these fields together such that it's going to be like your propeller into the next phase with which you're going to, that you want them to fund you for. It's always easy for me to put money where money is coming from. You understand? So I cannot then, okay, let me give you an instance. I cannot put money on a guy that is into a field. The risk is high. I will put money on someone I know that has dipped his or her leg into the water and know how deep or how shallow the water is. So it means that I cannot invest in somebody that is fresh into a field. So your motivation letter should talk about where you're coming from, what you've done, and what you're planning to do from where you're coming from. So that is where the consistency also comes to play, just like what Solomon Shino spoke about. So be able to sell yourself well, regardless of any circumstance surrounding you. You are the man of the match. Sell yourself well and be good to yourself. So these are things that they just checkmate, and be able to balance your circle. Just balance everything around you, and you'll just be fine. So I think all of these things have actually been spoken about, and I don't really want us to take much time. That is why I'm really fast, and I'm just picking points from everything I'm supposed to talk about. So I think I've just narrated all it takes. All it takes. That is all it takes. Blocked account, guys. Fintiba is a friendly app that we can go through. You get your money. The first 1 year, the first 1 year's pay would be in your Fintiba, and we give you gradually every month. They will pay you gradually every month. And definitely PTDF takes over from there. So the only difference, okay, one major difference that we've always seen is that there's always slight delay from PTDF whenever they are paying scholar. That is just the difference between DAD Scholar and PTDF Scholar. That is the blocked account guys. DAD PTDF delays a little, so it's not really a major problem. It's not a major problem, but they are really seeing that they are working assiduously to be able to put this to be able to put hands together and make Scholar more comfortable. Make Scholar more comfortable. So these are things that just be able to play with it, you'll be fine. Definitely, you'll be fine. So coming to Germany is a sure thing for you, regardless of when, be it now or next winter or by summer or thereabout. It's a sure thing for you. It is also a good thing if you decide to go through blocked account from now. It's very possible. You want to go through blocked account for now, open your blocked account. Once you open your blocked account, source for your admission. Once you get your admission, you document it with PTDF, you fund your account. By summer, possibly you're out of Nigeria. This is still August. You can actually make summer semester. Start sending in mails. If you're a PhD scholar, start sending emails against then. Open your blocked account. Once you get admission, once you get your admission, every other thing becomes easy for you. Every other thing becomes easy for you. So it's just a play thing. BUMSC, just get admission. The first thing is just get admission. BUMSC or BUPhD, just get admission. By the time you get admission, this is one thing I know. By the time you get admission from your school, and you're an MSc scholar, you want to go through blocked account. MSc scholar, you want to go through blocked account. By the time you get your admission first, then you write to PTDF, they fund your account, then you join force with PTDF and consistently write to the embassy. They will definitely give you a date. They would definitely give you a date. It becomes easy. It becomes preferential when you have DAD. So that is why it is best to strike PhD, DAD and strike it very hard. When you're putting in your best, put in your totality, so that you would know, you will be convinced within yourself that no, I gave you my best, and my best is actually my best, and it's producing the best for me. And trust me, even if everybody is giving their best, there will still be selections to it. So if you eventually not being selected in PTD in DAD, it does not mean you don't know what you're doing. It does not mean you're a lazy person. It does not mean you are dumb. No. For the fact that you've gotten PTDF scholarship, it means you are good. Look at the statistics of those that applied and those that got it. It means you are good. After and scrutinization, it means you are good. So take note of that. And if you don't get DAD, please, there is always other route for it. There is always other route. There is always other route, and which is your blocked account. Start your application process on time, and before you know it, you would be there. Before you know it, you would be there. If it is that is just the bottom line. Just start on time. But everyone has equal chance as far as now is concerned. Everyone has equal chance. August 30th is going to be closing. DAD is going to be closing, and the what do we call it? The processing and all of that will take through maybe from the September down to like November. From December, they should start rolling out their shortlisting and all of those things from December, January. So by January, ending of January, everybody should know their stand. So if you eventually don't get, by January, you can begin your blocked account process and all of that, and you still be able to resume school in good time. So I think I have exhausted what I want to say so as not to repeat what other persons have said. So, Mr. Amol.